Religion and religious leaders are not one and the same. The distinction is important because not every religious leader truly imbibes the scriptures. On the contrary, they hide behind the power of their position to at times commit horrendous acts and then get away with it. But not all powerful criminals ultimately get away with it. Sometimes there are instances and criminal acts that do come to light, and these so-called leaders have to answer for them. One such crime that has come under the scanner is from Sri Lanka, and at the center of it is a senior Buddhist monk, Pallegama Hemarathana. Now, Hemarathana stands accused of sexual abuse of an 11-year-old girl, abuse that is said to have occurred over several years. Authorities had arrested the 71-year-old clergy on May the 9th from Jaya Sri Mahabodhi Temple in Anuradhapura, which is around 200 kilometers north of the capital, Colombo. But then a court granted him bail last week, which is when the news also came out. As things stand, charges are yet to be filed against the senior monk, and he is not allowed to leave the country. His defense lawyer says that Hemarathana is being investigated for statutory rape, but the religious leader denies all the allegations against him. However, the case has drawn too much attention and triggered unease within Sri Lanka's Buddhist communities. In fact, the country's Buddhist hierarchy suspended the accused senior monk from his responsibilities. The leader has lost oversight of the country's 8 most sacred Buddhist sites, and this includes a highly revered and venerated ficus, which is said to have been grown from the sapling of a tree from India under which Lord Buddha apparently sheltered and attained enlightenment. To add to his woes, Buddhist clergy suspended Hemarathana on the same day that Sri Lanka celebrated Vesak, which is the anniversary of Lord Buddha's birth, enlightenment and passing. That's not all. Authorities in Sri Lanka have said that even the victim's mother was arrested for reportedly aiding and abetting the monk in his criminal activity meted out at her own child. Sri Lanka's media has been relatively silent on the matter, given the high-profile nature of this case. But this is not the first or isolated incident involving religious leaders or practitioners who have been accused of abusing minors. The OCCRP, which is the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, has released a report on a number of claims against Buddhist monks in Sri Lanka. According to this report, there are complaints registered against 275 monks in the last 3 years alone. These instances have been recorded between May the 1st, 2023 to May the 1st, 2026. In fact, it is Sri Lanka's National Child Protection Authority which revealed this data. The report goes on to say that of the total number of recorded instances, 27 of them led to authorities filing charges against the accused individuals. And 70% of the total documented cases are of sexual abuse. And yes, these are just about the documented cases so far. The NCPA and other groups in Sri Lanka say that a substantial number of crimes involving powerful religious clergy or any religious leader often goes unreported. So there is no way to know the scale at which this unfolds in Sri Lanka's powerful religious circles. And if we just zoom out for a minute, this is not even about one country, religious leaders of one community. The issue is far more widespread. The church, for example, has been at the center of massive child abuse and rape scandals from the highest and the most powerful of the clergy, whether it is in the US, the UK, or any other part of the world. In fact, the pontiffs for years have issued public apologies for sex abuse scandals involving powerful priests. But the cases keep coming to light, whether old or new. There have been hundreds of children who have been sexually abused and repeatedly raped by these men who assume that their position shields them from any scrutiny. And the truth is, more often than not, they're right. The following is so blind that there is backlash and unease any time there is a case anywhere in the world where a religious leader is under investigation for assaulting or abusing a minor. Families do not believe their own children. Followers do not believe the victims. On the contrary, they are ostracized and their stories are brushed under the carpet until someone takes notice and puts the spotlight on these powerful people hiding behind the almost impenetrable shield of religion. In the case of Sri Lanka's top monk Pallegama Hemarathana, the scrutiny has begun. But will it reach its logical conclusion? That is the million-dollar question.